You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, we just heard Nick Newman say no to getting back with his ex-wife at the same time Sally Spectra's relationship may also be falling apart. So that has us wondering if these exes are going to re-spark soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about some big signs that Nick and Sally may get back together. They may get a relationship redo. But first, please click subscribe if you are not already following us. So recently, Nick addressed the elephant in the room with Sharon because Nick has noticed that Sharon seems to be leaning into him in recent months expectantly. And Nick got the feeling Sharon wanted something to happen between them. And yes, she was hoping for that exact thing. But when Nick asked her if she was looking for them to get back together, Sharon seemed a little embarrassed, but she admitted she gets lonely and she definitely has thought about them reuniting. And then, I think optimistically, she asked if Nick has ever thought about being with her again. And again, she's leaning in, she's hoping. But he told Sharon very nicely that while he has thought about it, he also thinks about how much he hurt Sharon in the past. And Nick really likes the friendship he and Sharon have, and he does not want to risk it. So it's not that Nick doesn't care about Sharon, but he feels like he's just not the man for her, not the guy that should be in her life. And I expect Nick will probably remain firm on that decision and keep Sharon firmly in the friend zone. And that means Nick needs love in his life because it's been a minute since he's had a relationship at all. Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend, the last person he was really serious about, Sally Spectra, may be destined to have her heart broken soon. Right now, she's dating Billy Abbott and things have been going well. They like each other a lot, but they're not in love. And this is not some epic, swoony romance. Plus, Sally may end up losing Billy to Phyllis soon because not only they were promised a triangle, but there's just a lot of red flags. I don't even know if it's going to go to triangle and it may just go to split. Now, Billy doesn't want to hurt Sally, but Phyllis doesn't care two craps about her. And Red is in a bad place and he's trying to help her out. Next week, Billy's there to pull Phyllis up off the floor when she melts down. And ever since she and Sharon went through the kidnapping ordeal, Phyllis has been falling apart. Summer has reported that to us. So now Phyllis is turning to Billy and she feels like he's the only one who can help her through this. And of course, Phyllis has a tangled romantic history with Billy on Young and the Restless. And then recently, pre-kidnapping, Phyllis got a shock when she had that daydream about Billy on Valentine's Day. And in the dream, Phyllis showed up in Paris to find Billy alone because Sally had left town to run back to Adam. So that left Billy single and in the most romantic city in the world. And Phyllis was there and she and Billy started to get romantic. And then Phyllis woke up completely stunned. So it appeared at that point, because it surprised her, that she had lingering feelings for Billy that she didn't even realize were sitting there and festering and growing. And then when Phyllis went missing, it really shook up Billy. He was truly worried about her and he couldn't imagine losing Phyllis. So it looks like there are unexpected feelings on both sides of that equation that they were both kind of clueless about. Now, Billy doesn't want to hurt Sally. Phyllis doesn't like Sally very much, and Phyllis has been utterly alone for quite a while. And of course, she was totally thwarted when she was trying to steal Danny from Christine out of spite. That didn't work out. Lots of rejection there. So there's just a lot of signs pointing to Phyllis and Billy getting back together. Hopefully, Billy would break it to Sally gently before he crossed a line and got physical with Phyllis. However, I will say that it's likely that Billy will not break it to Sally gently first because he's been unfaithful in the past and he may just cheat Either way, it looks like Sally may also be free and single soon. And that would leave both her and Nick at loose ends at the same time with a very interesting history. So The Young and the Restless may be setting the stage for Sally to reconnect with Nick. And if you remember, Sally and Nick had a deep connection. They had a great relationship. The problem was two things. First, she had lingering feelings for Adam that she couldn't shake off. And then it didn't help matters when Sally found out she was pregnant with Adam's child and then lost the baby. And then she and Adam were kind of bonding over that. But Sally really did want to love Nick, and she really liked him a lot. And I think he was falling for her. Now it's a couple of years later, and Adam has ruined things with Sally because he cheated on her with Chelsea. So Sally is completely done with Adam. That is well and truly over. And equally as important, Adam has finally let Sally go, and he is falling head over heels for Chelsea again. So that means Adam is a non-issue and no threat if Sally starts dating Nick again. All the stars seemed to be aligning, so it may be the perfect time for Sally and Nick to try again, and without outside interference, they could be a great couple. And maybe they just needed some time for Sally to truly get over Adam and put him behind her, because you can't force getting past something. You got to let your heart heal. And of course, Nick hasn't been sitting around knitting and waiting for Sally. He's just been single and kind of preoccupied because of all the Newman family drama. But now, if Nick truly doesn't want to give things with Sharon another chance, which seems to be what he's sticking to, well, this could finally be Nick and Sally's time to see where things could go with them without any roadblocks, without any interference from outside sources, just the two of them really giving it a go. And this time, it could last. We'll see what happens, but I do have to say, I really, really liked Nick with Sally if he wasn't going to wind up with Sharon. And despite how much I enjoyed Adam with Sally and less so with Chelsea, that seems to be done and dusted thanks to Josh Griffith's writing. So Josh may have just cleared the path for Nick and Sally to fall head over heels and find real love together. What you think?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.